Let's discuss the cost of daycare in Sweden. Now, in Sweden, daycare is significantly cheaper than in the US. And we are a very low income family, so the cost of our daycare is even cheaper than it would be if you were a probably typical middle class working family. And the way our community does it is that is based off of your income. Now, we have had 2 payments of preschool so far, and at least in our municipality, but I think I'm pretty sure this part is like all over Sweden. All children get up to 15 hours of daycare free. And that also includes past the 15 hours, all of the cost of like the meals. For the first month of daycare, we paid 289 crowns, which comes out to a little less than 30 US dollars, which is mind-boggling. So the second month, we paid less. Granted, there were more holidays. He was there less because he was sick, but I also realized that I forgot to adjust our income from what I initially put in when we first applied for daycare, and we thought our income was going to be significantly different than what it currently is. So that cost honestly was probably a little above what we should have paid, but I'm not going to argue paying that much for daycare. But for the second month, we paid 129 crowns, which is just under 13 US dollars. Now, we are so low income, so our cost is like practically little to nothing over the 15 hours. But granted, what happened with our income was we were projected to have a lot more income over the summer when we applied for him to be in daycare. And so when Jacob had been told by a company that they would let him work up to 120% and that what his wage would be, and told him, yeah, you can work up to 120%, but most likely you can work 100%, we put in that projected amount in the calculator for them to have. And then I forgot to change it when that company gave him 0 hours and literally let him work for a week in the summer and then refused to give him any more hours. So it wasn't until the whole issue with the preschool arguing hours with us that I realized I'd never adjusted our income, and so I had to go back in and adjust our income. So when I did that, of course, it lowered the cost of daycare, and yeah, that is the cost of daycare in Sweden versus the extremely high cost of daycare in the US.